Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This supplement is being prepared for an inshallah upcoming presentation on the fragility of women, especially in the context of love and relationships. In the supplement, I'm going to read an extract from the autobiography, loosely speaking, autobiography of the famed Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. The title of this book is Memories, Dreams, Reflections, and I'm going to be reading out from Chapter 4, Psychiatric Activities. This chapter, if I recall correctly, recounts Jung's experiences from the early part of his career, which was spent at the celebrated and storied Berg Wolseley Psychiatric Hospital in Zurich, Switzerland. And specifically, the extract I'm going to narrate relates the case of an old woman Jung encountered at the hospital's ward. It's a bit of a mystery case, and its resolution would prove to be very consequential in Jung's approach to mental illness. Here it is. From here on, it's Jung writing in the first person. The case concerned an old patient in the woman's ward. She was about 75 and had been bedridden for 40 years. Almost 50 years ago, she had entered the institution, but there was no one left who could recall her admittance. Everyone who had been there had since died. Only one head nurse, who had been working at the institution for 35 years, still remembered something of the patient's story. The old woman could not speak and could only take fluid or semi-fluid nourishment. She ate with her fingers, letting the food drip off them into her mouth. Sometimes it would take her almost 2 hours to consume a cup of milk. When not eating, she made curious rhythmic motions with her hands and arms. I did not understand what they meant. I was profoundly impressed by the degree of destruction that can be wrought by mental disease, but saw no possible explanation. Late one evening, as I was walking through the ward, I saw the old woman still making her mysterious movements, and again asked myself, why must this be? Thereupon I went to our old head nurse and asked whether the patient had always been that way. Yes, she replied, but my predecessor told me she used to make shoes. I then checked through her yellowing case history once more, and sure enough, there was a note to the effect that she was in the habit of making cobbler's motions. In the past, shoemakers used to hold shoes between their knees and draw the threads through the leather with precisely such movements. Parenthetically, Village cobblers can still be seen doing this today. When the patient died shortly afterward, her elder brother came to the funeral. "Why did your sister lose her sanity?" I asked him. He told me that she had been in love with a shoemaker who, for some reason, had not wanted to marry her, and that when he finally rejected her, she had gone off. The shoemaker movements indicated an identification with her sweetheart, which had lasted until her death. And that's it for supplement number 8.